Howdy, folks. I'm going to talk you through the outline that we're going to be doing for this paper. So if you open up that outline document that's created for you, should look something like this. You're going to see that all I really have is the parts of the paper that you're going to need to write, and then a bunch of blank space. And what you're going to do in that blank space is fill this in with the notes, the statistics, the quotes that you've found, and kind of organize it within those sections of your paper. So if you take a look at the example outline, where I've got here, my research topic is Are Aliens Real? And I've started by outlining my first perspective, saying, yes, aliens are real. Here's the evidence that I have for it. And so I've just copied and pasted things from my note chart, put them in this section so I know, okay, here's all the information that I have about this perspective. Here's how I'm going to present it. Here's the information I'm going to use. And I've added a couple things. I've added the URL just for my quick reference if I needed to go back and relook at this source. And I also listed the in-text citation. So I just could always remember, here's the information, where the information came from. So when I'm typing up in my research paper, I can properly cite that information as well. And this is really helpful for a couple of reasons. One, it just gives me a quick organization to my ideas of the information, the evidence that I'm going to use. And secondly, it really helps me recognize what pieces of my paper are going to be too thin, right? If I go to write my perspective 2 or even my personal conclusion or my introduction, and I only have like one or two quotes, two things that I found about that part of my paper, I'm probably going to have to go back through and do more information. And at this point in your research paper, you're going to be the expert. I'm not going to be the expert. Because you know probably more about your topic now than I do. So you have to really evaluate yourself and think, what else is out there that I haven't presented so far with some cited, quoted information? And I have an example of this in one of my research papers. So this was a research paper that I wrote for an actual college, like master's level college class. And you can literally see I'm doing the same thing. Where like, here's the introduction to my paper. Here are the quotes that I want to bring up that help set out the problem. Here's my second section. And then here are the quick hits. Here are the things that I know I want to talk about in this section of my paper. And again, here's my quote. Here's my source. Here's my quote. Here's my source. And I do that through the entire thing. So you can see, okay, here's my section 4. And I've got all my sources dropped out, and then I reorganized them. So I'm not only just thinking of, okay, this piece of information goes with this section of my paper. I'm thinking, what order do I want to structure those informations? I can start thinking about the flow of my paper. All right. That's what we're working on. Good luck, folks.